Why not? I think, maybe anything goes and not everybody will like it, but there's enough people in the world who are into enough different things. And, a lot of people a lot of people will never like poetry. So I think the fact that poetry can be a whole bunch of different things helps the people who just, think poetry is only one way. If they get an insight into, oh, poetry could be this or this or this, then it helps, poetry just, be more valued. So I think, yeah, why not? Anything goes. By a lot of people is not valued, for sure. Yeah, I think a lot of people, in Canada at least, poetry, they hear the word poetry and they just make assumptions of what poetry is. Like, say, people who never saw poetry in many different formats and they only read what their teacher said in school. Read this poem by this old British guy or whatever, and they just kind of assume maybe it's boring or it's only one thing and they're not going to, or they can't understand. Like, there's a lot of people who just make assumptions that poetry is not accessible. So I think it's not valued what it could be. And if people do poetry in a lot of different ways, different formats, different styles, that'll help bring more spectators and more readers who, wouldn't otherwise listen. I think it's refreshing to see that poetry kind of adapts and grows with time. So now, for instance, say we have so much access to the internet and to technological advances, and people could do multimedia, multidisciplinary things involving computers or phones or video or whatever. That's changing what poetry can be, and I think that's refreshing. And there'll always be people who think, oh, this new thing is not poetry, I want the old way. And that's fine, they can have the old way. But I think that we have to change too. So. And like I said, there's enough people in the world that there's going to be somebody who likes what you're doing.